Hey, good morning. Oh, he's doing the weird sounds again.
Good
Cipha,
afternoon.
Cipha weird sounds. Good evening.
And good night. Good night. Good night.
Speaking of weird sounds, I apologize for the coughing dog at this
Yo,
moment.
get this dog out of here, man. I don't like
I'm
animals.
trying.
I want that.
I I'm trying. Sorry, Natalie's getting her coffee, and then I will pass him off. Hey, Saif, how you doing?
Man, I'm doing great.
Is it really?
Yeah. Tell me, just talk about whatever you want, your commanders, whatever, because I'm about to do some name drop it. So,
Oh, really?
Mr. Name Dropper, Name Dropper.
Number one name dropper. Well, no, when you set it up like that, I don't have anything to say.
Okay.
Let's see. Wait, so you just want to name drop the whole episode? Why don't we start with your name dropping?
We'll just do name drops right away.
Yeah, and then we'll come back around because we do. I know you may not want to do it, and I try for us to be above just like the gossip and what's guan. But the Drake updates of the last week are so nasty.
I don't know any.
I gotta tell you. I gotta tell
Okay.
you.
All right, so real quick,
Go
just to
ahead.
just to
Name
name
dropper.
drop. The other day, about a week ago, I got a DM from Bad Girl Riri. Okay?
No.
Yeah.
No, you didn't.
Oh yeah. Oh yes, I did.
You really did?
Just a random. I mean, what's more out of the blue than out of the blue?
Cipha got it. I'm telling Natalie, she has to know. Cipha got a DM from Bad Gallery.
Wow.
All right.
Just
Okay.
random.
Okay. All right.
Like,
Finally.
yo, what's good? We in New York. Let's go to dinner or something. Like casual, like a casual text. So I was like, yeah, what's up? Let me know. What's good? Like I'm ready. And then nothing disappeared. Nothing.
Yes,
No
of course.
response.
Of course. Of course.
So whatever. So Dave Chappelle comes to town. Dave Chappelle calls me. Hey, can you come to Atlanta with me? Yeah, of course. When? Oh, today, right now. No, I cannot come with you to Atlanta right now. Like it's 12:30 in the afternoon.
On which day?
Thursday.
I gotta pick up kids from school.
I gotta somewhat pack.
Okay.
Right?
What else?
Pack. I gotta drive 45 minutes to the airport, plus I gotta be there an hour before the flight. So I need 2 hours. So we're already at 12:30. I'm not leaving my house until 1:30. I gotta get on a 3:30, 4 o'clock flight. The show's probably at 7, and it's in a part of Atlanta that's a little far out. No, I can't do it.
Yeah, no, actually, no. Okay.
Whatever. So I forget about it.
What and was this when the weather was already getting bad in Atlanta or not yet?
The next day. So that's why he was gonna do Thursday and Friday. And mind you, I just spoke to him like a day earlier on some just humble shit, just friendly.
Wait, who, Dave Chappelle?
Never does he say, hey, I might go to Atlanta tomorrow. You want to go? Like, he don't. For a person who's trying to be organized, it's a very frustrating situation.
No,
I know I'm blessed. I know I'm blessed. I can't still be frustrated with the organization.
No, listen. The hilariousness that Cipha. Okay. I am not Dave Chappelle. I can't do what Dave Chappelle can do. I'm in no way Dave Chappelle. However, I did work a lot with Cipha Sounds. So in that sense, I am like Dave Chappelle. And I am a bit of a mess compared to how Cipha moves. Compared to Dave Chappelle, I'm Cipha Sounds. The fact that you deserve all of this. The anger that you used to have because I moved 10 minutes late. You moved with the guy. I got to watch this for one night in Cleveland. He moves like a friggin' drunken monk ninja. You've never seen anything like
a drunken monk ninja ghost.
It's
because all of a sudden he just disappears.
He's gone. Okay. So you say, no, I can't do it.
So I say, I can't. So then then I get a call the next day. Hey, can you do the stand tonight? Midnight show. Like, what the fuck? So like Dave's coming back from Atlanta. The snow hit. They're gonna try to make it back and do some shows in New York. So we're gonna do midnight Friday, midnight Saturday, and then a 7 o'clock and a 10 o'clock on Sunday. I said, okay, yeah, let's do it. But I'm trying to finagle it where I don't have to cancel the shows I already had on the books at the Comedy
Okay.
Cellar
All right.
because the Comedy Cellar, is very particular about canceling, and there's no need to cancel if I don't have to, whatever. I call Juanito. I'm like, yo, come with me Saturday. I might need you to like just start the show while I come from another show or whatever. So Friday I'm all good. I do my shows at the Cellar, then I go to the stand, I set up, I DJ, go on stage, couple other comedians, and Dave Chappelle comes on stage. Then I get a text and it's like, yo, your girl is at the Comedy Cellar. The bad gal. I'm like, what? They're like, yo, she's at the Cellar. And the manager hit me and was like, the Cellar never does that. The Cellar doesn't tell you when celebs are there. They don't spread that shit around. You know what I mean?
Right, right,
They're
right.
very
Very
particular
intentionally,
about
right.
being like,
Even among their own people, it's like
yo, you're gonna hear the story tomorrow. Everyone's gonna be like,
right,
yo, like many times I walked into the cell, they're like, yo, Robert De Niro was here last night. And like Andre 3000 apparently always goes there on the nights I'm not there.
right.
Just pops up. But my manager hit me, was like, yo, your girl's here. So uh, she's like, yo, if you hurry over here, I'll give you a spot. But the show's ending soon. Pete, I can't tell you how fast I dipped out of the stand. And mind you, I have to close the show with Dave. So I go to Dave's tour manager. I go, yo, Riri's at the Comedy Cellar. I go, she wants me to perform. She wants me to perform. I got to go over there. So he's like, yeah, go, 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 go. I said, yeah, I told the sound man to play a song when Dave gets off. And the stand shows are always loose. So it's not like a theater show where it needs a big ending and we go back on stage and take pictures. When he's at the stand, he's working out. It's loose. So the tour manager's like, yo, go, 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 go. So I ran every red light. I broke tons of laws getting from the stand to the Comedy Cellar.
How
I
where's the
run
stand again?
downstairs. Huh?
Where's the stand again?
Like 16th Union Square, 16th
Oh,
and
so
Park.
it's close-ish. Okay.
Oh, I run back and forth all the time.
Right.
But this was a time constraint. So I run over there. I just pull up in front, just park. I jump out. The comedian who's on stage is like at his last bit, and the host is about to go up and end the show. I run in, and he's like, "Oh, okay, okay." They said you might come do a spot, guest spot. So then, bro, the staff is in the little hallway. Like all the girls are like grabbing me. They're like, "Yo," like they're going crazy. And Rocky's there too. They're together.
My wait. Why was it a problem when I tried to bring Rocky to the club?
No, this is ASAP Rocky. ASAP Rocky. Not dog,
Not
big dick dog Rocky.
he does have a big dick. All right, keep going.
So I run in there, I run on stage. I mean, it's late. It's gotta be 2 a.m.
All
It's
right.
gotta be 2 a.m. So I run on stage, murder, like murder.
You acknowledge them being there? No.
No. I was trying to slip in their names like in a joke, like so they would know that I knew they were there, whatever. I
But
couldn't
it
figure
but
it
it,
out.
but it, it was okay. So you just left it alone.
But it went great. I was like, yo, I haven't spoken to her in so long. There's twice in the last year that I was supposed to go meet her and it got fucked up. And the way she texted me was so cool that I was like, oh, well, let me go over there real quick. So whatever. So I do that. Then I was just gonna go wait outside. Oh, mind you, the Ferrari's outside in the front. Like It's outside,
Right.
like on the sidewalk almost, like half on the sidewalk. So I was like, I'll just go wait out there for when they come up, and I'll see them. And her security just grabs me. He's a cool dude. He used to be a New York City cop, but he also used to work at Electra. He knows like enough and all. He's like we were talking that night. Like he like knows. Like he's like, yo, we met in the late '90s, 2000s. So he grabs me. He's like, yo, Rihanna's over here. She wants to talk to you. I'm like, oh, I was gonna wait outside for them. He's like, no, come back here real quick. So I go back there. Yo, the love, bro. Like the biggest hug I ever got, man. From both of them. Both of them. And what it was a combination of like they were thinking about me that week, invited me to dinner. Then they saw me in a surprise. You know what I mean? It was like the perfect storm of
Yes.
a reunion. So we were talking, and I was like, "Yo," Rocky was like, "Yo, she was literally just telling me everything you did for her." Like she was literally just telling me that the other day, and we were like, "Yo, let's go to dinner. Like, let's take him to dinner. Like that's the man, whatever." And he's like, "I didn't know all that stuff. I didn't know you did that." Then I showed him the picture of her at like 17 with me. So they're going crazy. So they're like, "I almost saw you in London when I was with Dave for the fashion week, the British fashion week." And she was like, "What do you mean?" I go, "Dave told me he saw you and I was going to go say hi to you, but he said you were coming to our party. Then you never came." And Rocky's like, "Yo, he left us. He left us. He didn't tell us where the party was."
Yo,
But
that's
I
amazing. By the
regretted
way,
not
by the way,
going
how
in
good is that full circle though? Dave even leaves Rocky and Rihanna.
the yeah. For real, yo. But the whole night was just circles and Venn diagrams of like all these different connections, right? So I'm like, whatever. I said I was just at this other show. I go, they go, "Did you know we were here?" I go, "Listen, the seller doesn't do this, but the manager told me you were here. She's my people's, and she told me of all people to come through." So that she was laughing, and she's like, "Oh, so you wasn't even on this show?" I said, "Nah, I just came through for y'all." They were like, "Yo, you killed it, you murdered it, you ripped it." I was like, "Oh, this is what I dream of, like my music people seeing me do comedy, right?"
Yeah. Well, and
So I'm
and
like,
and
"Yo,
when it's Rihanna, it has a little extra. I
no,
mean,
it's
listen,
extra."
listen, I know you were excited when you saw. Listen, to be honest, you showed the exact same excitement when Cormega showed up in Toronto. So you are a
No,
man who's consistent.
how about one time Juju from the Beatnuts was at the Comedy Cellar
Eh,
on a random? I was like, "Yo, Juju's
And
here."
you were yeah, exactly. So you know what? You're very consistent.
Yeah. So then I'm they're like, I was like, I was at this other show with Chappelle, and they're like, "Where's Dave?" I said, "At the stand. It's like 10 minutes away." They're like, "Let's go. We're going with you. Let's go." Great. So I pull up my car in front. They get in. I mean, bro, they
You
walked
drove. Wait,
outside.
you drove them?
No. They followed me. They
Okay.
followed me, bro. They went outside. I mean, it the reaction from people in the street, like it spreads like wildfire. No pun intended.
Oh,
One person, no one saw them in the club. You know what I mean? It's dark. They're in the back. They go outside, and you see like the fires go. "Pff, Rihanna," and like phones out, every
that's
phone
crazy.
out, recording. She's in the car.
Crazier than noticeably crazier than Dave than it is for Dave.
Oh, for sure, for
Okay.
sure. Like Dave is like, I don't know. I feel comedians are like radio personalities. Like people feel like they know us.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, you know how like when people run up on us, it's not like they're seeing a star. It's like they're seeing a long lost friend.
Yes, I see what you're saying. Rihanna,
And
it's like, oh my god, I can't believe I
Dave
can't believe she's
Dave
here in
gets
real
big
life.
reaction, but not like this. This is like a superstar. And I was like, oh, this is weird. How do they live like this? Like just everyone with just like a phone out in your face. And then so whatever. So they come with me to the stand. I walk into the stand with Rihanna and ASAP Rocky, and there's like a table full of comedians. Bro, their faces exploded. They're like, "Oh, Cypher, what? 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 Ah, ah."
What? Who was it? Which any comedians I know?
You know Derek Gaines?
I know him by name. I don't know
Yeah,
him
Derek
personally.
Gaines. Nah, nobody would really know. There's a bunch of comics, but like going crazy.
And the show was still going. The
No,
stand
show
show.
was over.
Okay.
So I go downstairs and Dave's like, "Yo, where'd you go? Where were you? Like you weren't there to end the show." I go, "I'm sorry, Dave, but I had to go pick up my friends." And then Riri and Rocky walk in, and he goes crazy. He's like, "What is happening?" He goes crazy. So then they come in, bro. Let me tell you something. This girl, I never met a more authentic, genuine artist. Like Rosenberg, she was talking to me like we was hanging out yesterday. Like the initial shock of me seeing me do stand up has worn off. Now we're just kind of hanging. She starts talking about the old days, and um, I was like, yeah. I said, yo, one of the biggest regrets I have in life, and I don't have a lot, is not going on tour with you because I had Stockholm syndrome at Hot 97. And I go, that's why I sent Max with you. And then Rocky's like, oh, Max Glazer, you hooked him up with her. Oh, that's crazy. Da 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 da. Because he just saw them recently at an event I was supposed to go to with him. It was like her best friend's birthday. And it didn't work out, whatever. So he just met Max and they had this whole thing. Then we started talking about kids. And I could tell like she's going through this thing where like she's now a parent and she's reflecting on her life and people that matter and people that did shit for her. You know what I mean? Then Dave is talking about something about radio. I don't remember how radio came up, but he was like, every old movie you watch, people get so excited when they first hear their song on the radio, right? And she goes, yo, the first time I ever heard my song was with Cipha. I was in a mall with my grandmother. Da 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 da. So like all this shit. So Dave was like, I thought you were lying the whole time. He said, I thought you was bullshitting. So then we're talking. So then I go, yo, Rocky. Then Rocky's mad cool too, like mad cool. So I go, yo, you named your son RZA. I go, that's the illest name ever. And I go, and you have the illest name ever. Like I'm talking about in hip hop. It's iller than your name because his name is Rakim. And he's like, yo, it is, right? He goes, we were throwing around the name Razor. And we like the name Razor. And I was like, nah, if we're gonna do Razor, we New York, we gotta do RZA. I was like, yo, that's the illest name. And then I go, um, yeah, I named my daughter Sade. And then I'm talking to Rocky. Riri's kind of over there. I go, yeah, I named my daughter Sade. And she turns, she goes, if we had a girl, we were gonna name it Sade. And like you see all these little circles and connections. It was we hung out till six six in the morning. 6 in the morning, bro. Security was mad at me. Security's like, why'd you bring them?
Because they're just stuck there and no one can
Stuck,
kick them out.
stuck.
And did Dave stay?
Yeah, they was there the whole time.
So Dave was just hanging out, chain smoking cigarettes and talking.
Yeah, drinking and smoking weed. Yep, all
Oh,
those things, all the
all
things
the
you think.
things, all the.
Nah,
Oh
but
wow,
fucking great times, man. Great
wow.
time.
Now, how long will this last to fill the bucket of making you feel worth something?
No, I don't have that no more.
Uh, Really,
No,
you solved it.
it solved itself. November 17th.
When Trump won? Why did it take 2 weeks after Trump won for you to? Why did it take? Wait, no. What was November 17th?
I took the Killer Mike, Dave Chappelle show in Atlanta. I
Yeah.
never told you this. I told you
No, you
this.
did. You did.
Yeah.
And but which moment? When you were like the was it on stage? What was the specific moment again?
No, Mike was on stage. I was in the crowd watching him,
Yeah.
and I was I I don't know, bro. I don't know. It's divine intervention. I go, Killer Mike, he's ripping right now. Like he's the illest. His word game is crazy. And I go, he sucked. He sucked once. Like when he was younger, he sucked. He had to. We all do, right? He sucked. And look what he's doing now. Why can't I do that? And I made this adjustment from just being okay with being good and fine to like, no, 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 I'm gonna be great. I'm gonna be great at this shit.
That's awesome. And I'm so glad you got the Rihanna moment. Like, even, I'm sure there'll be other moments, but even if that were the only one, like that's so like it's so deserved and meaningful. And every story I hear about her is that she's like that, but like to see it play out, that's amazing.
No, like next level, bro. Like I can't believe like she was telling me how much she fights against that, that Hollywood celebrity lifestyle. You know what I mean?
From all accounts, it sounds like she successfully does it.
Yeah, she
By the
figured
way,
something out.
I'll give Rocky credit too. Yo, I have heard Rocky on like 3 different occasions show me love for editing his record. He will bring it
Yeah,
up apropos of nothing. They're both very good about like remembering their stuff. And like the
yeah.
fact that a few years ago when she posted you, like I know that was like 6 years ago, whatever it was now, but even
More,
that
maybe
was
10.
out of the blue.
No, it was, bro, that was I left hot 10 years ago. So that had to be
No, it was post
14
hot.
years ago.
No, it
Huh?
was post hot. It was post hot.
No.
It
Oh, what?
was. Yes, it was post
Oh,
hot.
you're right. It was right when I left.
It was within a year or two of leaving hot, but that
Yeah.
she did it.
Oh, I have it right here. I can look at the date.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
but
she's
listen,
good like that.
I'm very big on um showing love and to the people who put you on. And I'm not saying you gotta buy them a house and pay their bills. I'm just saying like show love. I c- th- I cannot ever disrespect DJ Riz, Funkmaster Flex, Tracy Clardy, Jessica Rosenblum. You know what I mean? Like I can never disrespect these people. Like they put me on. They put me on. Not to say I didn't deserve it. I put myself on. I put myself in the right position, but these people gave me a shot. And like, I don't know what I could do for them right now. If they ever needed anything, I'll be there. But never, you can't forget that shit, man. I
That's
really
but
don't
that's
like when people get
but people
amnesia with
do.
that.
But people do. And people
I
have
hate it.
phases.
I hate it.
I I just think that it's awesome that she is like that. That's so fire, bro. That's that
Yeah,
I'm
it was
glad you
great.
had that. I'm glad you had that day. I'm not
Yeah,
gonna
it was
lie to you. The date when I last that I've been referencing in my brain of when I felt a certain sense of like, you know what? You're good enough, you're smart enough, and doggone it, people like you. My last moment kind of like that, Syph, was with you when I saw Chappelle, with how Chappelle treated me. I was like,
at the Rock and Roll
oh,
Hall of Fame.
yeah. I was like, he this guy cares about my opinion. Like,
Yeah.
I was like, he's like one of the great minds of our generation.
I mean, you want to talk about a person with opinions? It's that guy.
And
So to respect other people's opinions.
I was like, oh, like honestly, I've thought about that many times since then. Syph, maybe we're just now hitting our stride. I'm starting to think we're just hitting our stride. Syph, I had my the best thing I've ever done in terms of someone else's platform
No, I
was
saw it,
this past weekend. Did you see some of the clips?
bro. I saw one long ass clip that looks like a fucking movie trailer.
I said the same thing.
Who made that? They made that?
No, Billy June.
What?
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Oh,
That was really good.
Sipes on the floor.
I know the joke.
Yo, you believed this. Billy, he believed it for a second, man. Syph has a lot
I
of faith
know.
in you. Billy, did you see the trailer we're talking about?
Yes, it's really. I watched the whole thing.
Oh, you watched the whole thing? Thank you, Bill.
Bro, it's who made that? They did?
So their person.
Getting a lot of love in the Discord too from the Juan Eppers.
I appreciate that. I appreciate that, Discord peeps. Their team is the most efficient, bro. Cipha, they sent me 17 clips from the podcast.
Shit.
They sent me an entire professional photo folder. They sent me another folder of photos. I haven't even gotten started with the content I have from that.
What are we doing?
They sent me a folder of photos with quotes on the photos. They are so smart.
Wow.
And
What's it called again?
it's called The Pivot.
And who are those guys? They're like basketball
Ryan,
players?
football players.
Football players.
The main host is Ryan Clark, who's on ESPN a lot,
Mhm.
right? So I've gotten to know him. We started at ESPN around the same time, and he was on the Redskins, right?
Okay. That's the guy with the
Um,
braids?
no,
Oh,
it's the guy who's more like the clean cut,
okay,
like darker skinned guy with just a
Yeah.
regular haircut. And so we met at ESPN in Bristol like 7-8 years ago,
yeah.
and he was just getting started. And
In the sports
yes,
media
but
world.
he had retired from football at that point and was going full-time broadcasting. He
Right.
was the first, before there was ever like a Pat McAfee who started doing a podcast during his playing career. Ryan was on ESPN when he was still signed to a team in the league. Like he was
Right.
appearing right. So he really wanted to do it and take it
Right.
seriously. So him and I stayed super cool, and I ran into him at MSG at a wrestling show recently. And
They live in New York?
no, I think Ryan now lives in Connecticut.
Oh, I mean that's what I mean. This area though. Not they don't live like that in LA.
No, Ryan doesn't live in LA. By the way, so I told him I'd love to do your pod someday. He hit me up and was like, I knew that I've been wanting to like do a podcast in the future where I get into like my more real life stuff. It's not like a hip hop podcast, it's like a life podcast. And doing their podcast somehow turned into, with all the countless hours of radio and shit that I've done, that was the tape that I'm going to show people of what I want to do. It was their podcast. That's how good they were at asking important questions and then sitting back. And for some reason, Saif, you got to watch it. I want your feedback. Like everyone who's close with me is like, this is the best time we've ever seen you talk. I was in a zone of answering.
Yeah.
It all just came together so cleanly. And by the way, their dream guest, Ryan told me afterwards, his dream guest is Chappelle. It's Cipha Sounds.
Yeah.
It's Cipha Sounds. And I said, I know Cipha Sounds. But it was just, I loved it. And it really gave me like some clarity of like, wait a second. I could do this other stuff really well. And wouldn't it be sort of satisfying to finally maybe be in a space where, unlike hip hop and sports, like I don't have to be called an imposter every single day? Because it's just about
people
life.
call you an imposter in sports too?
What? Maybe worse.
What's the culture where you're?
I'm not.
How do you
I'm
be
not
fake in?
I'm not a real sports. I'm not a real sports fan. I'm a casual.
Really?
I'm a casual. I'm not real, bro.
Oh shit! I thought you was all good in the sports world.
Nope.
Wow.
It's
what
bad
about
over
with
there.
you, Hans and Franz? How's that? It's going good, right?
Me, Hans, and Franz just started. It's going good so far. By the way,
yeah, that clip I saw, that trailer, I was like, what the fuck? It was so good. I thought it was fake at first.
You thought it was AI?
I thought somebody took those, because I always see those guys on TikTok, but I don't know who they are. I just, sports podcasts that come up on my feed. If it's a good guess, I listen to anything on TikTok. But I didn't know, so I just kept seeing their faces come in and then you talking. I'm like, is this like somebody's mocking him?
Yo, bro,
And
that's
then I
so.
watched it again. I was like, oh, this is dope.
So I talk about you on it, by the way, in the episode.
Oh, fuck yeah.
By the way, someone in our Discord, I did see this, was like, oh, it only took Rosenberg 50 minutes to mention Juanette. Bro, I didn't mention WWE once.
Yeah, don't listen to that, man.
I know, but people are just crazy. But so the comments, I looked at the comments on the video earlier today.
Wait, so the episode's out?
Yes, full episode's out.
Okay.
And we'll put it in the link here. If you're watching us on YouTube, we'll put it in the description. But so the comments are generally awesome. And then there are 3 comments one comment that cracked me up that said, "This is the gayest interview I've ever seen." Just made me laugh.
It's so funny they say that because me talking about Rihanna loving me and you doing this thing about your personal life. I was like, oh, it's a gay episode of one of those.
Exactly. Where the intelligent people just go, "This is gay." And then the 2 comments I saw today, back to back. First one from Tony. I couldn't hate a person more than I hate Peter Rosenberg. And here's the next one. Culture vulture and industry plant. Ebro knew he wanted to take over the morning show. So he planted Rosenberg on the show to get dirt on Miss Jones. She's out. Ebro is in. Rosenberg is rewarded with a job he doesn't deserve. By the way, Cipha, you didn't even happen.
Not even mentioned.
You didn't even exist. Apparently I was on with Miss Jones.
Right.
Got the dirt.
You had to get the dirt to get her out of there.
To get her up out. And then Ebro just slid right in. I don't know. And then Ebro slid right in.
Yeah. What about the 7 years I was on?
Didn't happen.
No, what about the year of Big Boy and then the 7 years of me?
Big boy.
Big boy.
No, it was I don't know. It was great. I fucking loved it, man.
Wait,
I'm
so
so
where
happy.
did they shoot that? The city?
They were here. So the reason I ended up getting to do it now was they were asked to do something with someone they've really wanted for a while, right? To do something with. I don't remember who it is. They came in, they did a thing with this woman. They like hosted her, a thing for her. They were like, well, we're here for one day to do this thing. Ryan hits me and is like, yo, is there any way you're free tomorrow between like 12 and 2 and could just, I was like, that's literally the window I have every day. I will be there. And when I did it, I came across and I came out and I was like, that felt pretty good. I told Natalie, I was like, I think you're going to like it. I think it was good. And it came out the other day while I was doing the show in the afternoon. And during a break, I was working from home. And during a break, I went to the bathroom and Natalie was like, yo, were you on Adderall? I've never seen you so focused. Like you're so
I can tell from the clips. Wait till I watch the episode. That show's big, right? Like
they had Obama on, bro. They've done well. Just like us.
Who's the other guys?
They're both also former football players.
Yeah, I like their clips.
Their clips are good, right? Like they're very. They also really just. I learned from them a little bit about listening. Like we come from this era. Like the style of interviews we do from radio is just like ask, talk, ask. They, it seemed, really prepare a bit of an order of who's going to go when.
Mm-hmm.
And like they might have only asked me 10 to 12 questions.
Right.
Now, granted, I was bringing the heat with like full answers. Like I was really giving full answers. But it was like a reminder, like you don't have to go back and forth constantly. Like if it's a good guest who can talk, you can ask a really good question and then sit back and really listen to them.
Guaranteed they had some kind of training. Like we had on the job training.
Yeah.
I'm sure they've had like a media consultant, like, hey, if you're getting good answers, let the answers breathe.
Well, and also for a social media clip, Sipe, do you know the amount of times we've talked over good clips? Like, if you want to get the clip that's going to move,
Yeah.
let the person go.
Yeah.
And when they're all done and stop, you can be like, oh, let me get a file. Now listen, some people you could do that with. If you do that with Busta, you may not get a next question. There are people out there who give great stuff, but will just keep going and keep going and keep going.
Damn, that's dope, man.
It was
That's
great.
really
It was a good week for us.
Yeah. So
Now we got to get into some of the hippity hop.
Yeah.
And we should on Patreon this week. Hey Billy, did anybody like notice or enjoy us doing the like music deep dive on the Patreon?
They talked about it on the Discord, but on the Patreon, like
But did
the
they say
actual app.
Did people like it?
Yeah, there's. If you look, people were throwing in their own songs and commenting on what you guys said.
Yeah, I
There's a
saw that.
lot.
And mentioning some songs we didn't mention, and et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good. That's what I want.
And someone mentioned that I said the same thing that you said 10 minutes earlier. That was fun. I was embarrassed. Yep. The usual.
Oh, that was great too. But by the way, speaking of you producing like the lady from the Pivot, did we ever get the clip from the show, or we just forget to post it? The clip from last week that we liked? Remember?
Uh,
when Cipha said he didn't like Cipha doesn't like, what song do you not like, Cipha? Oh, Apache.
Billy. Billy, we were asking you a question.
I didn't remove
Billy.
myself. You removed me.
Oh, okay.
Because I knew the answer. We did not do the clip. It was a good clip.
It's funny. That would be a good clip because people that listen to the episode hit me up. Oh, somebody was at an event and somebody was playing Gangsta Bitch and they recorded it and be like, Cipha don't like this song.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Why
Why can't we get our clips out there? Like these guys, what is it? On the Pivot?
The Pivot.
The Pivot. Why can't we what are they doing over there?
Cipha, the lady
they
have
staff, right?
I'm gonna meet with this woman. I want to meet with her and ask about
Who's the woman?
This woman Alicia who produces for them.
Where are they on? Where does their podcast on? Like a network?
It's on their own, but they do have a deal with Fanatics. But that's just a brand sponsorship.
Probably get some sale like sponsors.
No, I'm sure it helps. But like they're just at some point, Ryan had to have come out of pocket in a big way. Like at some point, he said, "I'm going to invest."
Yeah,
and we're going to have 4 people shooting with real cameras. Cipha, when I show up, when you walk in the hallway, I'm walking in the hotel, and she's like, "Oh, by the way, when you walk in the door, you'll be on. It's on already." And so the guy comes in the hallway and mics me. And then when I walk in and dap them up, they include that all in the intro. Like it's all part of the show.
There's 3 hosts.
Yes.
3 hosts, 4 camera guys.
Yep.
An audio guy.
Yep.
And a producer.
Yep.
And not even counting editors that we don't see.
Correct. Because when you get 17 clips, someone's doing work. They may use really good AI for their clips. I don't know. Or maybe they're marking the whole time and they're just like timestamp.
No, if someone's full-time job is to do this, it's not that hard. It's because we try to do it around our 3 other full-time jobs.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
True. If someone's gig is, I got to cut the clips of Ryan and his show. Yeah, it's true. But it's an impressive operation. But listen, there are a lot of people who have impressive operations. I just don't follow their content. But I was very impressed. All right, so Cipha, we might have to do it more on Patreon. I don't know, because we're running out of time here. But did you no, we're not on Patreon.
I can't tell all that Rihanna shit on the regular episode.
No, it's out.
Is this Patreon?
No, you didn't ask. You got to ask, is this Patreon? No, you just say that's Patreon, right? But you didn't follow the Drake academics, LeBron James fuckery?
Like, I saw little headline clips, TikTok, but I don't know exactly what. I know Drake had a freestyle and he was mad at LeBron.
Yeah, so Drake had a freestyle where he's mad at LeBron because LeBron has been kind of pro Kendrick, it seems.
Hmm.
Now, to be clear, I said this on Hot last week, and I mean it. I totally understand why Drake would feel bad that someone that he considered a friend was like out here dancing and memorizing the Kendrick ish. I do get that.
Hmm.
I understand how that would be like, damn, what? That's
Yeah,
my friend. Like,
yeah, I get it.
I'm actually down bad right now. Like, come on. Here's what I don't understand. In the never-ending saga of wrong decisions being followed up by wrong decisions, Drake has seemingly, if you believe what everyone's saying, seemingly leaked like
Dick
le-
pics.
leaked information that makes LeBron look like he was cheating on his wife
Oh,
and leaked it to academics
what?
who's on his stream being like,
Oh no, I
nah,
don't know any of this.
Drake was out there getting you hoes and this is what you do. Why would you do that to a guy who's got dirt on you? Blah blah blah. And like, everybody knows that like Drake's been in contact with academics. It's like very clear Ack has been like a voice for
I
Drake.
can't figure out the Drake academics thing.
Yeah, I think Drake picks the people who he wants to have a good relationship with and he gives them
And
stuff.
academics is one of them.
Yes.
So academics is always Team Drake.
Yes, although it seemed like towards the end he started like playing a little bit more objective and like acknowledging Kendrick W's a little
Yeah.
bit. But in general, his message has been to get out what Drake is giving him.
Huh.
That's how it appears.
Right.
Which, by the way, I'm like, man, Drake used to tell me a lot of stuff. I never put any of it out. Was I missing the boat? Is that what you're supposed to do?
I never know.
I thought when he told me, I thought when people tell you stuff, you keep it private. That's I never violate an artist's trust.
Yeah,
But
maybe he felt because you didn't put it out, that would the information he was feeding you would help him, and you never put it out, so you must be a hater.
maybe I don't know. I assumed it was just normal conversations that we always assumed were private, so I take them as such. But so if this is a real thing, and then there's a whole leaked DM where Drake mentioned the LeBron thing to someone else. If that's true, bro, if Drake is so offended by LeBron that he decided to start airing out, like,
Dry snitching?
is that dry? It's wet. It's soaking wet snitching.
No, soaking wet is like if he went on camera and was like, LeBron James cheated on his wife.
Oh, it's dry
He's
because it's not
moist.
him.
He's moist snitching.
It's moist snitching because it is direct, but it's indirect.
Yeah.
If he did that, bro, uh, I gotta know who is advising. What is going on? I swear they're not. It seems like they won't stop till the bag is completely fumbled.
I I often just credit it to, I don't know how it is to be that rich. And maybe there's things that happen that I just can't understand.
I think it's possible for sure.
Because there's some shit that's like, why would you do this? What's happening here? I'm like, oh, okay, there's a whole nother world that I'm not a part of, that when you get that much money, these things happen.
I maybe, but I think often what you see is people who are really rich and successful. It gets hard for them to have people tell them the truth because like that even the rapping about LeBron was a bad idea. Even that was a bad idea, bro. Like I don't know. I worry about the guy. I worry that these like choices are like ultimately Drake's lifestyle is so expensive. Like you have to be making so much money to keep living like Drake I get it. He's rich. He's totally rich, and he should be just fine. But he's all. But Syph, what do you think? Pause. What do you think Drake's nut every month is?
No, you can't even.
It's insane, right?
It's like
The nut 20 million, 10 million,
no,
lower.
maybe. Well, what
Private,
is it?
multiple houses, maintenance, security,
Houses, salary, security.
plane,
It's a lot.
driving, travel, all like it's a lot. It adds up to a lot. So I just like obviously I assume he'll be fine. I just feel like they keep making these choices that are so weird instead of
Don't.
like
I mean, in the heat of the battle, it felt very weird. In the heat of the battle, it felt like, what's gonna happen? What's going on? Then the battle died down. He quit the battle. Everybody's like, you quit, you lost. Da, da, da. Okay. He took the summer off. Cool. Let it all cool down. The thing about me that bothers me is that he announced that album with Party Next Door. He goes, yeah, summer was whatever. When it gets cool, ladies, we got something for you. Me and Party Next Door.
boom.
Where's that?
You know what I heard?
What?
I heard, by the way, when I say heard, I mean like other people I know, like I didn't hear it from I'm not academics, I heard.
Yeah.
I literally heard people discussing this.
Yeah.
The issue is when you're suing your own label,
Right.
you can't do things.
Right.
Because if
Right.
him and
Okay, I
Party
get
want to
that.
drop on a different label, they need approval from UMG, who's like, go F yourself.
Right. And then, okay, so all that court. Okay, so I think
That's what I
the
heard.
battle was disgusting. But you people got to realize we've all moved on with our lives because we have to.
Correct.
The battle was entertaining. The music that
We
came
love
out of
the
it,
battle.
the swiftness.
We love doing this. We're not like us. You're not like us. You're
Dun,
not like
dun,
us.
dun, dun. We all moved on. And all
Here's
of
my
us, like
question though.
there's Kendrick fanatics, and they were fuck Drake, all that shit. Then there's Drake, hardcore Drake fans that some of them didn't even know what was going on, didn't care. Like, I'm not talking about the Drake fans. I'm talking about the people that love Drake that aren't like necessarily in the hip hop world. They're just like these almost pop music fans. You know what I mean? And all of us were just like, all right, you took a little L, you got a couple lumps. We know you're the guy. Just drop music like you always do. Just everybody was like, yeah, I mean, you can't out rap Kendrick, but just drop the shit we like and nobody's gonna even give a fuck. Just drop that Drake shit.
I know. That's all right.
And
What
like
was your
every day a Drake joint didn't come, and I was like, uh-oh.
and then even the freestyle thing, the weird freestyle was done. It's not a release. It's just like in a room in the back. All right. What
Okay,
was your Billy
what?
was asking a question. What was your question, Billy?
I was gonna ask, do you think that in like a few weeks it's all gonna reignite again because of the Super Bowl and the Grammys?
I mean, maybe strategically, maybe they're
If
waiting
he
for all
does,
that to be done.
Hey Billy, maybe don't use
no,
the maybe don't use the phrase reignite. You fucking insensitive piece of shit.
Wow.
sorry.
Wow,
I
Unbelievable.
really
inglorious
wasn't
bastards.
thinking.
Unbelievable.
I really wasn't saying it in that way.
I know, Billy. I'm kidding.
I wasn't thinking.
It's Billy. It's a joke. We know you didn't mean it that way. It's an
No,
interesting
but like
thought.
if he performs not like us on the Super Bowl and it wins Grammys, is this all not going to just restart completely?
I heard somebody say they don't think Drake's gonna do Not Like Us on the Super Bowl. That's why he put out
Kendrick.
that other song that's like the fake Not Like Us.
Oh, which one?
Mustard.
Oh, that's to replace Not Like
That's what
Us?
somebody was saying. Like maybe the NFL was like, don't do that. And he's like, all right, well, this song has the exact same energy and the same feel, make people bop the same way, and without the pedophile shit.
I
You
think
fucking
everybody's
pedo.
waiting for it.
Billy, what's going on behind you? Is there like an alien invasion?
No, it's a curtain that is half.
Yeah, but there's like lights, goes like a
Half.
strobe light. Or that's your camera trying
It's
to
the-
adjust to it.
You know, you know that
Yes.
it never works when you sit in front of the light, right?
It only works at night.
Right. Well,
Right.
here's my
What
question.
time of day is it now? What time
Right.
of
That's
the
my
day is it?
Siph, you took the question right from me. Is it night right now?
I didn't want to pivot. I was
Just,
already set up.
just a couple feet
Now you're
over.
now you're disrespecting the pivot after everything I just said.
You look like you're in like a film student version of 1984.
I feel like no matter where I go, it's not going to look good.
I guarantee you, if you were on the other side of this desk, you would be fine. I guarantee it. I guarantee it. All right, guys, join us on Patreon. We'll talk more about the
Now?
hippity hops. Well,
Now?
it's not out until it's not going to be out for a couple of days.
Oh, but we're gonna go over there.
We're going to go over.
All right.
Why not?